First, I want to give a big shout out to Jack Phelan, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. They made this video possible, so if you're in the market for a brand new or used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, definitely check out this dealership. Their website info is on the screen and in the description below. Today I'm behind the wheel of a brand new 2020 Ram 1500. And to be honest, I've been looking forward to this review. I've been hearing so many good things about the brand new Ram. So let's start from the outside. It looks like a full-size truck, but it looks pretty darn good. Ram did a really good job with the exterior design. The one I'm driving today is the Limited. It's the top of the line Ram 1500 you could get. There's a lot of chrome everywhere. You have a really gigantic grill. It's a chrome grill with Ram in the middle. You do see there's a camera up front for the 360 surround view system that is in here. Also on the bottom you have tow hooks and sensors all over, detects front and side for you. And of course you do have LED headlights, LED fog lights, you get all that good stuff. And on the side it has a nice profile. This one is equipped with 22-inch wheels. If you wanted some bling, you definitely get it. They are massive, but I'm going to let you guys know if that affects ride quality later in this video. You could choose two cabs. You could choose a crew cab, which gives you a lot more space in the rear, or the quad cab. So it depends on what you're looking for. Also, in terms of bed length, you have 5 feet 7 inches or 6 feet 4 inches. This one I'm driving, unfortunately, doesn't have the Ram box, but this is what it looks like. Open up the side to reveal hidden storage, and you could put your tools, you could put groceries, you could put whatever you want on the side. And that is really cool. Outside the Honda Ridgeline that has a hidden trunk in the back, I haven't seen any other truck that utilize space like this. Now, in terms of the tailgate, it is dampened and it's very light. You could open it up with your key fob or obviously manually, but because of how light it is, you can see here, I'm folding it back up with just one finger. That is a real surprise in terms of how light that tailgate is. Inside the bed on this one, there's not much else. There's no rails, you have to get that separately. There's also no plugs or anything, but you do get a spray and bed liner, which is really great. And of course, because this is a Limited, you do get power steps that come out whenever you open the door and retract when you close the door. Really nice, and it's really convenient for people on the shorter side to be able to get in. Once you move inside, that's how you can tell this is different from all the other full-size trucks out there, because it just looks and feels and works much better than all the other trucks out there. And let me show you why. Starting with the doors and the seats, everything is covered in beautiful soft leather with really nice stitching, and that's because this is the Limited trim. Everything feels really good. In terms of space, absolutely no problem. I'm 5 feet 10, you can see I have plenty of leg room, probably 8 inches of leg room left. The surprising thing though is I don't have that much headroom. Probably only about 3 inches, which is surprising for a big truck like this. So those of you guys that have a taller torso, you're very tall, you might have problems with headroom in the second row. However, the seats are very comfortable, they're contoured well, and there's plenty of hip room and shoulder room, no problems there. And in terms of niceties, you get a lot of cup holders. Also, you get 4 USB ports and a 12V outlet, and you get heated and ventilated seats back there. And if you didn't need to put someone in the middle, you could fold down the middle section, get a couple more cup holders and some storage space. And look at the floor on the bottom. On both sides, you get hidden storage underneath. It's a good size. You can put drinks, tools, whatever you want in there on both sides. You can close it up and the floor is still flat. And that is really nice. I haven't really seen that in other full-size trucks before. And if you wanted more space back there for a TV, for a bike, whatever, no problem. Fold up the rear seats and take a look. The floor is flat. You got plenty of room to put whatever, and you got a little bit more storage underneath the rear seats as well. Overall, it's very comfortable and very practical in the second row. Now, moving up front, even more impressive. You have 2 infotainment screens. You have an 8-inch or a 12-inch. This one that I have is a 12-inch screen, and it is the biggest in this class, and it works and looks beautifully. This is the latest Uconnect, so that means that you can customize it however you want. Everything is high res, super responsive, there's no lag at all, and the controls are pretty easy to figure out. You also have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi in here, that's all standard, and a ton of other apps in here. I'm a big fan. And Ram made sure to put some physical knobs and buttons on the side for volume and scrolling. That's really nice. And also you can control the temperature and defroster options, all that on the side. In terms of the niceties that you get up front, you get heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You do have a surround view system in here. It utilizes the big screen really well. You can see all around you. You could shoot different views behind you, ahead of you. If you're pulling a trailer, you have a camera view too. You know, normally with full-size trucks, it's difficult to move in and out of tight spaces or parking spots. Well, when you have a surround view camera system, plus you have sensors front and rear, it just makes it that much easier. It's really convenient, really convenient. Now, the Ram 1500 is the only full-size truck that moved away from leaf springs in the back, went to a coil spring setup for a smoother ride on pavement. And of course, you can get the optional air suspension that this one has. But both just make the ride beautiful. It just rides that much better than all the other full-size trucks out there. I usually test a lot of my cars on this freeway because there's so much bumps, dips, imperfections, and it's really bumpy. But right now in this Ram, I hardly feel it. This is really impressive suspension setup. Normally in trucks, you go feel some bed rattle, you go feel a lot of rattle inside. Man, this suspension just handled this like nothing, like nothing. Honestly, this is a really impressive suspension setup. This is one of the reasons why so many people love the Ram 1500, because on road, it just feels great. You do have 4 USB ports up here too, and wireless charging, so it's all included here. So the center armrest area, you get cup holders, you get a lot of storage space. Inside the armrest, there's even more space. You can put laptops, whatever you want in here. So in terms of the gear selector and the 4-wheel drive system, I like how it's implemented in this Ram. Normally, I'm not a fan of rotary dial, especially in SUVs, for shifting, but in this Ram, it makes a whole lot of sense. And it looks good, it's easy to understand, and it feels good. This big knob actually feels really good. And look at the way the 4-wheel drive system is. Very easy to understand. If you didn't want to worry about anything, just put it in 4-wheel drive auto and that's it. It will adjust the power whenever it's needed. Now, if you wanted to go into 2-wheel drive, you can. If you wanted to go 4-wheel drive full time, you can do 4-wheel drive high. And of course, you could do 4-wheel drive low if you wanted to. Now, moving on to the steering wheel, this is a good steering wheel. It has a good heft to it, a nice thickness, and I like the combination of leather, real leather, and wood. And this wood is like a dark, dark silver wood, and it matches the theme really well. And the button layout is really easy to understand. The tachometer, speedometer, I like the way they look, kind of futuristic. And of course, you have a big screen in the middle that gives you the speed, and you could adjust many things. You could adjust what you want to see, and you could scroll through a number of menu items for your trip computer, speedometer, also music, navigation, settings, all that good stuff you can see. But I'm a fan, and I like the fact that there's Ram displayed right on top to make sure you're driving a Ram. But I like that setup. On top, you have some buttons here to control the very large panoramic sunroof that is available, lets so much light in. Also, you can adjust the power window in the back, this little square in the back. The seats, also very nice, well contoured, well cushioned, and the leather feels like leather. It feels good, and it looks good too. But the only negative I could point out about these seats is the fact that there's not that much bolstering, so because it is leather, I slide around sometimes. It isn't too bad, but that's the only negative I can point out. Now, in terms of visibility, it's really good. You get a very commanding view because you're in a full-size truck, you're sitting very high, and most people will enjoy that. Now, the hood is a little bit high, so in terms of looking well past the hood, just slightly difficult, but overall not too bad. The side, very big. Blind spot, almost non-existent. I can see out the back. Visibility is very good. The steering is also quite nice. It's actually lighter than I expected, and maybe a little bit too light for some of you guys, because you figure on a big, full-size, rugged truck like this, you know, that the steering would be a little bit tougher, but not the case. Ram made the steering quite light, and it's very comfortable. It actually makes it much easier to navigate tight spaces. But those of you guys that are looking for a heavier feeling steering, you don't get that in here. But in terms of precision, pretty precise. It's actually quite nice. So like this, right? Normally in a truck, like this kind of move in a steering wheel, I don't feel it at all. In here, in the Ram, I do. So the steering feel is light and precise. So in terms of engines, you have actually 4 to choose from. And today I have the brand new EcoDiesel in this one. Now this is what everyone is talking about. This new 3-liter V6 EcoDiesel pushes out 260 horsepower, but 480 foot-pounds of torque. Around town is feeling great. I don't feel like this Ram is bogged down by any means. That's a lot of torque that kicks in right away. It's made it to an 8-speed automatic that is doing a really good job. Now, what's beautiful about this EcoDiesel is the fuel economy in here. This is a 4x4, okay? 4x4 full-size truck. Fuel economy, you get 29 miles per gallon on the highway and 24 combined. 24 combined. There we go. So just went about 20 to about 60. And you know what? This isn't a quick truck. This definitely isn't a really fast or quick truck, but that was more than adequate. I got up to 60 in basically no time at all. And this is definitely a good engine. 24 miles per gallon is better than a lot of 2-door coupes and 4-door sedans. We're talking about mid-size sedans that don't even average 24 miles per gallon. That's insane for a full-size truck. And it doesn't take away from this truck either. This EcoDiesel can pull up to 12,500 pounds, a little bit more than that. It's great for fuel efficiency, and it could get the job done at the work site. It's pretty darn amazing. It's also very, very, very quiet in here. Today is actually a windy day, and I don't hear anything. These cars passing by, as I'm going by them, I don't hear them. I don't hear any wind noise at all. Road noise, very little, and that's only because I'm on a bumpy freeway. But it is very quiet in here. And when you blast the radio, you really don't hear anything from the outside. You don't. It is very quiet, and this Limited, there's so much sound insulation, and all the windows and glass are acoustically treated. It is really, it's luxury car quietness in here. It's amazing. The brakes also feel very good. No surprises, it's not mushy pedal. It's not too stiff. It catches on when you expect it, and overall, it's not bad. After reviewing this Ram 1500, I could see why so many people are flocking to this. It is an amazing truck. It really is. And it really changes your perception of what a full-size truck should be. So next, let me sum up the good and bad for you so you can decide if this is the right truck for you. As for the good, the new Ram 1500 has big, bold exterior looks. It also has many engine options, and the EcoDiesel is definitely a true winner. The Ram 1500 has the best interior of any full-size truck, and that's by a mile. The cabin is quiet as a luxury car. There is a fantastic infotainment screen and a bunch of tech, and suspension comfort is simply outstanding. As for the bad, there's a few. Second row headroom is a little bit lacking. The front seats is a tad slippery because of the leather. There are no bed rails or plugs. They are not standard. Many safety features are also not standard. Things such as brake assist, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, full speed forward collision are all part of a level 1 equipment group that is optional. And finally, this Ram 1500 Limited is expensive. This limited crew cab 4x4 with many optional features is coming in under $72,000. I'm giving the brand new Ram 1500 Limited a score of 125. If you want to see how that compares with its peers, check out driversonlyrankings.com. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, first looks, and news.